Hello, I'm Peter Sells, Vice President and Chief Fire Training Officer at FireRein. This training program will introduce users to the purpose and use of an inline eductor to proportion and apply FireRein Eco-Gel. They will gain a full understanding of how an inline eductor operates and how it is used to proportion Eco-Gel for application on Class A and Class B fires. The emphasis of this program is on safe, practical application, ensuring that users will be able to safely and efficiently use an inline eductor to apply FireRein Eco-Gel when called upon to do so. First, we need to understand what an eductor is and the principle by which it operates. Here we have an inline eductor, in this case, a 60 gallon per minute model from Task Force Tips. You can see that as the water flows through the eductor, the diameter is restricted. To maintain the same flow, the speed of the water must therefore increase. The increase in speed creates a decrease in pressure within the body of the eductor. This causes a Venturi effect, allowing an additive fluid, in this case FireRein Eco-Gel concentrate, to be pushed up the pickup tube by atmospheric pressure. The percentage of the Eco-Gel concentrate is controlled by the size of the orifice selected at the metering head. The water and the Eco-Gel concentrate flow together out of the eductor body and down the hose line. Connect the eductor to a 1.5 inch outlet with the eductor metering head facing upright and with the selector set to off. Have the pickup wand ready to insert into the Eco-Gel container. Ensure that the nozzle flow rating is at least 60 gallons per minute for an eductor rated at 60 gallons per minute. Ideally, match the flow rate of the nozzle with that of the eductor. The nozzle and eductor pairing should be tested in training before you need it on a scene. Note, automatic flow nozzles are not recommended when using an inline eductor. Ensure that there is a minimum of 100 feet and a maximum of 300 feet of 1.5 inch hose beyond the eductor. Shake the container of Eco-Gel concentrate well for 30 seconds prior to opening. open the flow to the pump outlet and increase the discharge pressure to 200 psi. This is critical to the proper operation of the eductor. The device is designed to accurately proportion the additive fluid when it is receiving 200 psi. This may sound like a high pressure for a hand line, but there is a 70 psi drop across the body of the eductor to create the Venturi effect. Remove the lid from the Eco-Gel container and insert the pickup wand, being careful not to force the wand to the bottom of the container. If the container is properly shaken, there is no need to force the wand to the bottom, risking damage to the wand and/or the container. With the nozzle open and water flowing, set the eductor metering head to the desired percentage for the operation at hand. Note that there may be an audible change in the sound of the flow in the hose line. This is normal and expected, as the composition of the fluid is changing from water to hydrogel. Verify that the firefighter on the nozzle is receiving hydrogel at the appropriate thickness. The firefighter on the nozzle should have the bail either fully open or fully closed. A midway position will result in decreased flow through the eductor and inaccurate proportioning of the Eco-Gel, usually thicker than required, which may compromise stream reach. Ensure that the flow of gel is not interrupted by having an adequate supply of concentrate on hand. Switch the pickup wand to a fresh container before running dry. If the eductor is moved away from the pump outlet to extend the tactical reach of the hose line, ensure that the pump discharge pressure is adjusted to compensate for friction loss before the eductor, so that the eductor is still receiving an inlet pressure of 200 psi. When using a 60 gallons per minute eductor, the friction loss per 100 feet of 1.5 inch hose is 9 psi. It would be 6 psi per 100 feet of 1 3/4 hose. For example, if you need to move the eductor 200 feet down the line and you are using 1.5 inch hose, the pump discharge pressure should be increased from 200 psi to 218 psi, approximately 220 psi in actual practice. FireRein recommends that until familiarity and practice is built in the use of inline eductors to proportion Eco-Gel, eductors, hose, and nozzles should be rinsed using FireRein Eco-Rinse prior to flushing with water. After use of Eco-Gel, take the pickup wand out of the Eco-Gel container, wipe off the outside of the wand, and place the wand into the container of Eco-Rinse. Draft Eco-Rinse for 10 to 15 seconds or until the Eco-Gel concentrate has visibly discharged from the pickup wand and hose. Turn the eductor percentage to off. To flush the eductor hose and nozzle with water, set the metering head to off and flow until there is no longer any hydrogel exiting the nozzle, plus another 30 seconds. After flushing the line, take the pickup tube out of the container and reduce the pump discharge pressure below 75 psi. Do not back flush above 75 psi. Shut off the nozzle. Restrain the pickup tube and brace for a rapid discharge of water. Rapid backflush discharge from the wand could cause injury. Turn the metering head percentage to 6%, the maximum setting. Push the red flush button and run fresh water through the pickup tube and metering head on each percentage setting, 6%, 3%, 1%, 0.5%, 1/4%, and off, until there is no visible gel in the flush water. The back flush push button is pressure activated and must not be forced at pressures over 75 psi. Shut down the 1.5-inch pump outlet. Retract the lock ring to remove the metering head from the eductor body. Remove the eductor from the hose so that any remaining gel residue can be washed or wiped from the pickup tube, metering head, and eductor. Allow the eductor parts to air dry, then reassemble the eductor and return it to stowage. Well, there you have it. That concludes our video on the use of an inline eductor to proportion and apply FireRein Eco-Gel. Stay tuned for our next videos where we look at the application of FireRein Eco-Gel on Class A fires and on Class B fires. Special thanks to the Stone Mills Fire Department for the use of their training ground for the production of our videos. Thanks, see you soon, and always be safe.